Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. Most of the global markets were positive. US was up about 0.5 to almost about 1%. Even European markets were up about 0.5 to almost 1%. Today there is going to be outcome of the FOMC meet and the market is watching out for the stance. Overall there are no great expectations. But more than anything else, it's the progress on the fiscal cliff issue that the market is watching out for, as we have hardly about 19 or 20 days left and we haven't really seen any meaningful progress on that front, which is not very comforting. Most of the Asian markets are holding up in the green, and Hang Seng is up about 0.7% and the Nikkei is also about 0.5% up. In terms of flows, FIs were net buyers in the cash market to the tune of about 1300 crore. And even in the futures, they were biased to the tune of almost about 500 crore, whereas the domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of 1000 crore. Friends, we are seeing this trend for a very long time, wherein the FIs have been regular buyers to the tune of 500 crore to 800 crore, and the domestic investors are sellers to the tune of about 500 to 800 crore. So it remains to be seen around this 5900, 6000 level what really happens on the flow front, because any major inflow beyond this could actually trigger a big market rally. So flows are going to be extremely important from our standpoint. And talking about our own markets, yesterday was a bit of a erratic behavior in the market. We saw a 25-30 points kind of a spike right in the morning, and then there was a sell-off to the tune of about 70 to 80 points. Finally, the market managed to close around 5900, but we had seen a lot of weakness in certain pockets, which was not very comforting. And on that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O statistics, ideas and strategies that we can have in the F&O markets. Good morning, Shaival.
Good morning.
What have you made of yesterday's movement in the market? Because it was quite erratic. It started off with some 30-40 points kind of a uptick, and then there was a sudden drop of 70-80 points. So have you come across any major flows or any change in the open interest anywhere?
See, first of all, I'd like to draw your attention towards the events both domestically as well as international. There's no a big event which can have an impact on the market. But yes, what we have seen is that the data is still intact from past couple of trading sessions. And if I talk specifically about the implied volatility, it has been cooling off, say majorly, it has been cooling off slowly and steadily by around say 30 to 70 basis points every day. But what we have seen is that 6,000 call option has crossed the mark of 1 crore shares in the open interest, whereas put option has also seen an addition at 6,000 strike, that is around 30 lakh shares are there in open interest. So as of now, 6,000 on closing basis would act as a hurdle for the market, and on 5,900 call as well as put option, a good activity has been witnessed. So 5,900 on closing basis would act as a good support for the market. So what we feel is that market would get stuck in this range of 5,900 to 6,000 unless there is a positive or negative news flow which could give a direction, further direction to the market on the either side. And if 6,000 on closing basis is taken off, then probably we feel that 6050, 6100 is the level that would be seen on the cards.
Okay, and any other interesting ideas that you can share with us?
See, as the overall bias for the market is positive, and we have been saying that 5,900 on closing basis would act as a good support, and we have seen that market has closed near 5,900 level. We'd like to play on the positive side, and SGX Nifty is also suggesting a positive opening. So Hero Honda is looking Hero MotoCorp is looking positive, so one can maintain a stop loss of 1831.50 paisa. McDowell's is also looking good, so one can maintain a stop loss of 1992.60 paisa. And we have seen yesterday FMCG counters had a good momentum and a good current, so one can buy Hindustan Unilever in today's trade with stop loss of 538 rupees 50 paisa.
Right, Shaival, thanks a lot for that update.
Thank you.
Friends, here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. Today IIP data is going to be out, and as per the Bloomberg expectations, it could be around 5.1% as against about 0.4% in September. Now what does it mean for the market? The fact that we've seen some kind of erratic movement in the IIP data, so the credibility or the effect of this data on the market is low. But if we see some kind of a revival in the IIP data, then it would definitely mean that the sentiment or the positive comfort that the market would have towards the market would be more. So you might expect some kind of a spike up in the market if the data is somewhere around about 5%. Also, we are going to see the consumer price index CPI to be out, which is likely to be around 9.75%, which is going to be higher from the previous month. NTPC would be the next one on the block for divestment, and the government is likely to do that somewhere around 15th of January. I think currently NTPC is quoting around 158 odd levels, so it remains to be seen what price are we looking at. And looking at the track record of the government, the price could be somewhere around about 145 to 150 rupees. BT is selling about 9.1% stake in Tech Mahindra through a block deal today, and the floor price for the same is put at about 855 odd rupees. So the clients with a short-term trading perspective can try to put in a bid around 860 odd levels for a quick 15-20 rupees kind of a spike up in the stock. Airline industry is strongly buzzing with a lot of deals in the pipeline, and we hear that even Vijay Mallya is talking to a couple of investors, including Etihad. Jet Airways is talking. We've seen fund infusion by SpiceJet. So we think that this entire sector could remain in limelight and could provide good trading opportunities, particularly companies like Jet Airways, Kingfisher, and SpiceJet. Reliance Industries, we have some positive news as CAG has finally agreed for a financial audit as against the performance audit that they were talking about, and we think that this is a positive for Reliance. One can go long there with a stop loss of 804 and a target of about 845 to about 861. Mahindra & Mahindra has hiked the prices of vehicles by about 1%, which is not really much, but it could provide a good trading pop. One can go long there with a stop loss of 909 and a target of about 956 to about 974. And Prime Focus, we have a news that in one of the subsidiaries, the Stanchart PE is going to put in about $70 million to basically take care of the FCCB payment that they have. So this is a mild positive for Prime Focus. One can go long with a stop loss of 46 and a target of about 48.5 to about 49. Videocon Industries has stated that they have discovered a light hydrocarbon unit in Brazil, which is positive for Videocon. One can go long there with a stop loss of about 226 and a target of about 238 to about 242. Some positive news for Cipla as India has revoked a patent granted to the Merck & Company for an asthma drug because this was challenged by Cipla for lack of invention, and on the back of that one can go long on Cipla with a stop loss of 408 and a target of about 428 to 437. That's it from all of us, friends. See you tomorrow at the same time.